Welcome back to the channel. Please excuse the noise. I tried to wait as long as I could for these people to get done mowing their yard. I did mine yesterday, but we got some stragglers out there that's cutting their yard as we speak. Well, today I wanted to share with you a book I just received in the mail. Maybe some of you guys heard of it. Maybe you even read it. The Devil and Karl Marx. Which I didn't have to read this title to know that this man was inspired by the devil, based on the tenets of the Communist Manifesto. But what is interesting to me is that all of these people that the left and liberal follow seem to follow the same train of thought. These people were once believers, and they have turned their back on God, and they have totally given themselves over to the devil. And once somebody is deceived, it's like the natural next action to take is to deceive others, as we see with Eve and Adam. You know, and you can look all through history how people have done this. Now with the Communist Party, what's interesting is that they were talking about how they wanted to expand the party, and they came up with this idea of having a united front, and how they infiltrated the churches. And we see this today. I think about pastors like the one in Georgia, this Raphael Warnock. This man professes to be a reverend. He preaches radical, theology that has nothing to do with the gospel, the good news about Jesus dying on the cross, giving his life so that you might be saved. No, that is not what he preached at his church. And there's many more just like him in different forms of religion. And why is this so? Because these people have infiltrated just about every organization, every church. This is one thing that I read in this book, which I was not surprised, and it just was a confirmation of what I just stated, that Marx had left God and he had totally given himself over to the devil. He said in a poem, "Thus heaven I forfeited, I know it full well. My soul, once true to God, is chosen for hell." Marx also wrote, "The hellish vapors rise and fill the brain, till I go mad and my heart is utterly changed. See the sword? The Prince of Darkness sold it to me." Here too seems an ironic metaphor for the bloody sword of communist ideology. When Marx studied under Hegel, Mr. Hegel, the man who has given us the Hegelian Dialectic, thesis, antithesis, and synthesis. Through this process, Hegel saw the end result of the second coming of Christ, depending on which professor, left or right, was describing what he seemed or wanted to achieve by that ideology of the dialectic that he came up with. But when Marx studied under him, Marx brought it to the classes, the class warfare, this struggle, with the proletariats and the ruling class, and disrupting society and bringing it to the point where there's no more classes, no more ownership of property. Everybody is the same. But what you notice is everywhere that this has been instituted, and we're actually witnessing it right now before our very eyes in China. China is persecuting the Uyghurs, the Christians, and the Muslims because communism is their religion. Communism reigns supreme. Communism is atheistic. You are not to give no thought, no your love, no nothing to nothing else but to the Communist Party. Nothing else can exist, when this, I'll just call it what it is, this satanic religion is being executed in these various countries. And as Lenin stated, that it always have to be bloody. They have to kill these people off because, as they state, religion, is an opiate to the people. So they know the people is going to cling, like Obama said, we cling to our Bibles and we cling to God. So this is why the left right now is working so hard. They're moving with such rapidity to get rid of our rights. Biden has done how many executive orders? I think he's up to 50 or probably past 50 by now. I heard he just signed another one the other day. And if this H.R. 1 bill passes, where the federal level takes over the elections and the state has no more control over what can take place in the state, then it's pretty much a done deal unless God intervenes. Whew. I don't know, you guys. I just think we are at the precipice of this earth's history, and maybe God will intervene like he did for Hezekiah. Hezekiah was not ready to go to sleep. He prayed and God gave him 15 more years. A lot of saints are praying, asking God to intervene as we watch as the courts on local level, at the Supreme Court level, turn down every lawsuit, block every avenue of these grievances, and will not allow them to be heard. And I heard one interesting fact the other day that I never considered. They said maybe the Supreme Court is doing this in fear of the court being packed. If they deny hearing these election fraud cases, if they do not deny, and they begin to hear these cases, then maybe that will motivate the extreme left that's running roughshod over us right now to pack the courts. And as they get this H.R. 1 bill passed, as each administration come in, they will continue to pack and pack and pack until our Congress will be looking like that of Star Wars. How the Republic was. Well, my friends, all I can say is we need to continue to pray and trust in God. Maybe he will intervene. In the backdrop, this economic war is continue to rage. We see these billionaires buying up Bitcoin. Gold will be next, and silver. The dollar is dying. With this 1.9 trillion bill that will pass, Oh my God, we are in so much debt with all these dollars floating around in the economy. You know, the value of the dollar is going to be so depleted to the point of the economy crashing. And who will control the new economy, this digital economy? According to Bible prophecy, the wicked will, because you will not be able to buy or sell unless you have the mark of the beast, which is the number of a man. 666, man created on the 6th day. 6 is the number of man, this man-made system. Well, my friends, that's just some food for thought, something to think upon. You know, as each day goes by, these things are progressing with such rapidity, and you must keep them in the forefront of your mind and not get distracted by these other things that's going on in the world. You know, this is what the devil wants. He wants us to get caught off guard, that we will be lost just like him, because that hellfire was prepared for the devil and his angels, not for us. And that's how I'm going to end it. And I will see you on the next one.